What would you say to the American people who watched this process play out, right? And they heard even from some in your own caucus who had concerns about the bill. They probably heard bits and pieces about it, and they said, this is going to add trillions to the debt. It's going to cut from Medicaid. But as you say, it's also going to do other things like cut or extend tax cuts. So what would you say on balance to people as to why you were a yes, why this should be law?
Well, first and foremost, people have been hard hit by rising prices the last 4 years. Food, groceries, rent, gasoline, everything's been a real tough thing. We wanted to help those people who've been working hard and just suffering through 4 years of misery economically. And we wanted to put money back into their pockets, especially those folks who earn tips, overtime, especially those folks on Social Security who need those dollars. And so we wanted to push that forward. And second, we wanted to make sure we had a secure border. Those were important elements to us. We're bringing people together. We want to make sure that America is the place to do business. And I think this bill will energize the economy like no other. We have a remarkable president right now in bringing peace to the Middle East, and now really economic opportunity for a lot of people who felt like America had left them behind.
You were making a big bet on growth, right? You're making a big bet that the extension of the tax cuts is going to lead to large levels of growth, higher than expected levels of growth. Again, what do you say to people who are worried about the debt, though, debt and deficits?
Well, I believe in the American public. I'm betting on the American public. When you get a tax cut, you save. You invest, you spend, you do good things with that money because it's your money. You earned it. And we think it's going to grow way higher than 1.8%. We think this is going to be a revival, much like what happened in 1981 after Ronald Reagan was elected, let alone what happened in 2017 when Donald Trump's tax cuts energized this economy. But the good news is, instead of waiting till December like they did back in 2017, we did it now in July, and people are going to feel that in their paychecks. And you're going to see 1 year from now, all these lies about Medicaid, they're simply that. They were lies about Medicaid. We protected the most vulnerable, whether it be disabled, whether it be senior citizens in nursing homes or pregnant women. We protected those programs, but we're no longer going to pay for illegal aliens getting Medicaid or free health care when other people are paying $1,500 a month for that same health care. It's about really respecting work and really respecting people who really want to move this country forward and not be a ward of the state.
Hold on, what do you mean by that? I mean, legal immigrants already are not eligible for Medicaid already. And which part are lies? I mean, the projections you're talking about, those projections of 11, almost 12 million people losing insurance, is that the part? Do you think that's a lie? Is that what you're saying?
No, let's get into this. I'm glad you're asking. The governor of California says that they've been giving illegal aliens insurance all these years. If you want to get into about the growth rates, if you look at historically, I'm a history teacher, I know that those growth rates are coming up at 3% or more. These are what the projection showed. And the CBO was off $1.5 trillion the first time.
Right, so you think they're going to be way off
even more this time because more money is coming back to America.
I think the Medicaid, I think that's just in emergency situations, which anybody would get, no matter who they are, if they're here, is what I think what you're referring to, as opposed to just being eligible for regular Medicaid. And we'll cut Medicaid for some people and put more burden back on the states, right? The states are going to have to pick this up if they want to keep those people in the Medicaid program.
Well, I would say three groups of people will not get Medicaid anymore. One is if you're an illegal alien, you're not going to get Medicaid. Second, if you no longer qualify for Medicaid or you lied on your application, you're not going to get Medicaid. And third, if we're giving away, in essence, free health care, we're going to expect you to at least volunteer, if not work, to get back into the workforce. The way we hit the higher growth rates is that more people are working and fewer people are on welfare. And I think these incentives work. It's what, we did not put on this earth to be the ward of the state. We're willing to bet on the American public, and I think a year from now, I'd love to talk to you again about the economic comeback of America and how some of the moves and comments about cutting Medicaid for the disabled, those are absolutely false. And I can tell you with surety because I used to be the president of the Senate in Florida. I know exactly what Medicaid is and is not. We take care of the most vulnerable, where we're not going to subsidize people who are unwilling to work.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.